Welcome back to another episode of Hot Jobs with us here at Hire Military. It is so lovely to see you all this afternoon. How are you doing? I'm Lucy Robinson, one of the recruiters here at Hire Military, and I am joined by Amber Pitkin and Burgess, who you do not know, but you will get to meet a little bit later. It is great to be back. We have got a whole host of information to share with you today, but before we get going, please do tell us where you're watching from. If you are in the market for a permanent position, or you're looking at SkillBridge and the potential of that in the near future, or if you have any questions at all for us today with regard to the job search, with interviewing, LinkedIn, you name it, we want to be able to help you. Don't forget to check out the links in the description here today, because we have got some great information that we love to share with you. We can't go through all of them on our live because that would probably take up the whole of the episode, but take a look, because we've got information with regard to how to target the resume, how to create a really competitive resume that will hopefully get you through to the interview stage, which is what we're all trying to achieve initially when we're looking for a role. Also, taking a look at your LinkedIn profile. Is it optimized? Is it setting you up for success? Are recruiters able to find you? Oh my gosh, we have got people here from Kuwait. It's great to see you from downrange. Lovely to have you here. Somebody's asking us what SkillBridge is. Davina, we will share that with you in a second. Hey, George, I hope you are well from sunny San Diego. Looking for your next sales roles. We've got sales roles. We may not be sharing them today, but definitely do take a look at our website, hiremilitary.us, because that is where we keep and host all of our careers pages for both SkillBridge, which is the internship for those who are still on active duty, as well as direct hire. My God, people are calling from all over the world. Christopher's from Bahrain. Karina, you're in San Antonio. I don't need to list it all out. There you go. In terms of who we are working with today, as you saw, as we started, you saw the screen. We have an awesome relationship with a company called Veteran Service Brands. We have been working with them for nearly a year now, and they were founded by Jack Child. It is an organization, it is a series of brands that specifically sing to the military population. They are 4 different companies, 4 different organizations that you can buy into. We're going to share a little bit more with you in a second around them. One of them is G-Force Parking Lot Striping. One's Field Ops, which is athletic field markings. Mark 1, epoxy flooring, or paint core. Hold on to that paint core one. All of these franchise opportunities are exclusive to military veterans, and we would love to share this opportunity with you. They are turnkey opportunities that will give you all of the support that you may possibly need in order to set up your own business. And as we talk about them today, I really want to take the opportunity to introduce you to Burgess Perry, who is with us here today, because like I said, hold this space. We are going to talk about PaintCore a little bit more. He was one of the founding members of PaintCore, one of the brands within the Veteran Service Brands. And I invited him to join us to tell us all a little bit more about the opportunity, about why he got involved, and really what you need to know in terms of this, so that if you were thinking of setting up your own business and you did want a home away from home in terms of surrounding yourself with like-minded people who have been in the same situation as you at some point, and are also going to be in the same situation as you right now, this could be something that you may want to consider. So, hey, Burgess, how are you doing?
Yeah, thanks, Lucy, for having me on the show this week. It's an amazing opportunity, but I'm doing really well today, and I'm just glad to be here to talk about PaintCore to the audience and just put some information out there.
We are really glad to have you here. So let's get started. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about PaintCore? What actually is it?
Yeah, so PaintCore currently, it's a franchise, a painting franchise. We do residential and commercial painting. It's veteran-only owners, so we only have the only organization at its scale currently with all veteran owners nationwide. Our locations. Now we started this about 7 years ago, or I did. 7 years ago is when I got out of the military. I was a combat medic and then a nurse. Sorry, I was reading that. Followed by a nurse, and I got out around 10 years, and I didn't quite know what to do at the time. I knew nursing was very challenging and difficult. 12-hour shifts, working nights and weekends. And so, having three little children at the time, I knew I didn't really want to continue to work nights and weekends. It was very tough on the family. So I needed to do something else. So um, my neighbor needed his house painted. I didn't know anything of painting houses at the time. Um, so I watched some YouTube videos and just jumped in. Um, at the time, that was kind of the wrong answer, but I learned over the 7 years. Um, and so I was able to develop that out. And so today we have PaintCore franchised. We have many locations across the nation. But at its roots, it's a fully functional painting business.
That is awesome. I mean, when we first connected and we were talking about you potentially coming on here, you told me a story about your first job. Why don't you share a little bit about that with us today? Because, you said that you learned so much there, and knowing what you know now, there were a lot of mistakes made.
Yeah, absolutely. I had not much knowledge of business in general. Like I said, I was a medic, and a nurse. That was my career at the time. So I didn't know business. I didn't know marketing, operational stuff, and I didn't even know painting really at the time either. But my neighbor said he needed his house painted, so I figured, the veteran in me, hey, we can figure this out. So we did, and I painted the house. It looked great. Did it all the wrong ways. We definitely don't do things that way today, but it was a great learning experience, and it kind of set me up for the next step of, hey, maybe I should learn more about business. Maybe I should learn more about just painting and applications and coatings, and there's a whole world out there of that industry. So that was a pretty good stepping stone, and I do appreciate my neighbor 7 years ago.
I mean, yes, that feels like such a long time ago now. And what I love about that is anybody joining one of these franchise opportunities, to include PaintCore, isn't just buying into an opportunity, isn't just buying a brand name, buying a business. They are getting all of the best practice, all of the education, all of the learning that you have achieved over the last 7 years. And they are being handed that to do better themselves and to, really move their business forward, which is amazing. And I guess from my perspective, what I would love to know is, how did your military experience shape your approach to business, or did it not?
It absolutely did. I think most veterans are familiar with SOPs. It's a big thing in the military, and I'm a systems and processes kind of person. And so having that experience in the military and coming in and developing a business from scratch, understanding what SOPs are and having some experience writing those and working with those in the military, I was able to utilize that skill and create SOPs from each and everything in PaintCore today. So, how to answer a phone all the way to how to paint a commercial building, how to, entire marketing systems built out with SOPs behind them. So everything's written, systemized, and ready to go. It's essentially a recipe ready to kind of be passed along.
I love that. SOP is very military-esque. In terms of like you turning around and talking to the version of yourself 7 years ago, or if you were to offer any advice to somebody who is listening today thinking, oh, I might be interested in that, what is something that you would love to share, either with yourself, like, hey, Burgess, you should have known this 7 years ago, or hey, whoever, if you are interested, listen to this piece. This is what I want you to know about this opportunity.
Yeah. So, well, today PaintCore, it's a fully built system packaged, ready to go for a business owner, a veteran business owner to come in and learn. We have online training and all these things that have kind of already been figured out for you. So there's not much left to do in terms of kind of figuring those things out. But if I was looking back 7 years ago, I made a lot of mistakes, especially on the business side, marketing, lots and lots of money spent to learn and develop marketing strategies and things like that. That's a big one. Even, making mistakes with customer experience and the customer journey and learning all those things and developing them. When you're doing it from scratch, you just don't know at the time. So looking back, honestly, I think I would like to give what we have today to myself 7 years ago and just fast track all the way through that 7 years and kind of like what we have today for other veterans.
That's incredible. Tell me about your best job or your most favorite job that you ever did.
Yeah, I think we've had some great jobs. I think once a year we do what we call Paint It Forward, and we give that to another veteran in the community, and so it's we give a painting project away. Our company does the corporate location here in Tampa, Florida, and that's something we're pushing out to all the locations to implement. So those are always fantastic jobs. They're free for a veteran. We either paint the outside of their home, sometimes interior stuff, or we refinish cabinets for them. So, as a veteran giving back to veterans, that's always, that's always great.
That's incredible. What motivated you to start that in the first place?
I don't remember where I picked the idea up. I think I picked it up out of the painting industry, and we just tailored it, veteran specific. So it's nothing I came up with. It's just something I borrowed and tweaked a little and said, hey, let's find a way to give back to veterans a little bit more.
All the best ideas are taken from somebody else. I 100% support that. So let's talk about if anybody here interested today if they thought, I'd like to know more about that. I'd like to ask more questions. How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah. So, we're big on LinkedIn, like I think most are here. That's a great avenue. Veteranservicebrands.com is kind of the top of the funnel for us. So anyone who reaches out to veteranservicebrands.com fills out a form there. It'll kind of come down the pipeline. And usually you'll get a phone call or something along those lines relatively quickly.
Thank you so much. And just before we move on, is there anything else that you would like to add at all today?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity, Lucy, and I appreciate you having me here.
We appreciate you joining us. I know when you don't do this every single week, like we told you for 3 years in and out, it is slightly overwhelming and it's not the easiest thing to do. But Burgess, you've been an absolute star. It has been so lovely having you here with us today. Really do appreciate your time and the effort and the research that you put into sharing all of the information with us. And like Burgess said, if you are interested in hearing more about PaintCore, all the other brands, Mach 1, Athletic Field Striping, or G-Force, which is parking lot striping, please do connect with Veteran Service Brands online through LinkedIn, or if you can't find that information, drop us a link below and we can connect you. Burgess, thank you so much for joining. It's been absolutely amazing.
Thanks so much.
Take care. We'll speak to you later. Amber, you ready to get going?
I am ready.
Oh, wonderful. Before we move on, one of our corporate sponsors this week is GBC Food Services. They are the company that you never knew existed, but you see them every single time you go to the grocery store. So take a look at that sushi counter, the deli counter, the cut produce that you see as you walk in the grocery stores. All of those generally across the majority of grocery stores are franchise opportunities. Did you know that? They are people's own businesses. GBC Food Services is working with us right now to highlight, amplify, and socialize this opportunity because they really want to bring more veterans and military spouses into their fold. So if you are interested in running your own business and think, I can do that, I'd be interested in that, either drop us a comment below or send both Amber or not both, but me or Amber a DM, and we can definitely share some more information with you and get you connected there. So as we are going into the permanent positions, I've got a couple that I wanted to share with you today. First and foremost, we have roles with a organization, a GovCon called Horizon Strategies. Their opportunities are nationwide and are very much installation based. So currently they are recruiting, and these roles are on our website, hiremilitary.us, and you can go to the permanent job tab. So the permanent job button. They are looking for a lead virtual army readiness center representative in Fort Knox, Kentucky. So if that is your area of choice and you're like, that sounds quite interesting to me, either drop a comment below or take a look at our website, because you can send your resume across and we will do the rest for you, make that connection. In addition, they have a fires planner role in Fort Shafter, Hawaii, and they've got 2 new roles that are not yet up on our website. However, we will be getting those up sooner rather than later today. So if these do sound of interest, please let us know, because we can then drop you the link when they are up. So one is a VA TAP benefits advisor, and that's at Peterson Space Force Base in Colorado Springs. The other one is exactly the same, VA TAP benefits advisor, but at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska. And Amber and I were saying that's, I think, the first role we have positioned in Nebraska before. So that's exciting for those of you who are in that location and are looking to stay in the military sphere, want to work on installation, and also want to work in the TAP office. So that's those are some great roles that we have for you today there. In addition, we are working alongside another organization called National Testing Network. They have nationwide opportunities with police and firefighters. So you name your location, we can probably connect you with opportunities that they have. So if law enforcement is in your future, or it's something you've been considering, equally the same for firefighting, definitely let us know. Do look at our website. We've got 5 or 6 opportunities up there right now, but they have many more nationwide. We can connect you into there and we can get you started through their process. As we are doing that, do head over to hiremilitary.us for all of our other positions that we are advertising today. This LinkedIn Live is just purely a highlight. It's a wave top of everything that we have going on right now. We aren't able to share everything. We bring you the newest roles or the most exciting roles. So take a look at those ones. And also, while you are there, join the talent pool. The talent pool is our opportunity to keep in touch with you, because you register your details with us, and then we know that you are out there, you are available, you are looking, and we will send you bi-weekly updates. But also, as new roles come in, we can search our database, we can find you there. If we think that it looks like a match to what you're looking for, we can connect with you. That's it from me today in terms of the permanent jobs. Amber, I'm going to hand it over to you to share a little bit more about SkillBridge and then our opportunities there.
Thank you, Lucy. So before we get started, I did want to clarify what SkillBridge is, because I know we use that term and sometimes people don't understand what SkillBridge or Career Skills Program is. So the SkillBridge and Career Skills Program, if you're in the Army, is for transitioning service members within their last 180 days of service. So you do have to be on active duty orders in order to participate. And so it's typically about 180 days from the last day in service, whether that's separation or retirement. So the internship program offers a high probability of a full-time position at the end of a successful internship. And so if you see any of our roles on our website, or I mention any here following this, just let us know. I'd be happy to share the information with you. Additionally, if none of these are kind of, in your wheelhouse and you have a company in mind that you would like to work with, do reach out to us. We do have, ways of helping you obtain that SkillBridge internship with a company that maybe is not approved for DoD SkillBridge currently. And we can partner with them under our Hire Military umbrella program. So let us know if you want to learn more about creating your own SkillBridge internship. We'd be happy to give you more information. So as I get started, the first internship I want to share with you is really exciting. I have actually talked about this in the last few times. So if you've been on AWS Solutions Architect. So this opportunity, we had our initial cohort is starting the 22nd of July. We have just added 2 more cohorts. September 23rd and 18 November are the next start dates for these. The program is exactly the same. So it's going to be 12 weeks of SkillBridge internship where you're going to focus on A+, Net+, and Sec+. It is 40 hours a week, online training in front of the computer. And then once you're done with that, you're going to do 12 weeks of paid training where you're going to focus on AWS DevOps. And again, all those certifications are going to come with that during the paid training. Both internship and paid training are remote. However, once you are deployed to a GovCon, it is on site for 2 years in either San Antonio or the DC metro area. So roughly about 10 days within your paid training, you'll sign a contract. So that way, towards the end of your internship, you can go on interview and apply for different roles, and they'll put you in one of those areas, San Antonio or the DC metro area. Now, the last caveat that is a must-have, and we cannot negotiate on this one, other than being on SkillBridge, you do have to have an active TS clearance. We cannot obtain that for you. You do have to come with an active clearance in order to participate. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Lucy or myself. If you're interested in this opportunity and you want more information, put a comment in the chat, AWS Solutions Architect or AWS, and we will definitely share that with you after the live broadcast. The next opportunity we have is with CM Heating. It is a trades company. They are hiring multiple roles in the Everett, Washington area. Again, those are trade roles. And then the third opportunity we have is an operations manager. So this is with Veteran Service Brands. Lucy talked about them earlier, and obviously Burgess was here with Paint Corps. So Veteran Service Brands is looking for an operations manager in their Dover, Delaware location. So if you are interested in learning more about Veteran Service Brands and parking lot striping, definitely send us a message or drop a comment in the chat, and we'll share more information with you after the live broadcast. So I just wanted to add before I hand it back over to Lucy that SkillBridge can be life-changing if you're a transitioning service member. So if you are interested in learning more, you are unsure about the SkillBridge program, we want to connect with you. So please definitely reach out. Let us know what your questions are. We're happy to answer them because we want everybody to get the information that's out there. And I do see that we have a question from Paul. You said 12 weeks for those who are interested. Is 12 weeks the only option? So yes, you do have to be able to complete the full 12 weeks. If this is for the AWS SkillBridge internship, it is the full 12 weeks you have to be able to complete. After that 12 weeks is another 12 weeks of paid training that you have to be able to complete in order to get the full-time position in the 2-year contract. So I hope that answered your questions. If you want, Paul, you are more than welcome to send me a message and I'll be happy to answer any other questions offline. And I think that's all I have, Lucy.
So just as we wrap up today, just 1 or 2 more opportunities that we would love to share with you. We partner with a company called Acuity International, and they have OCONUS roles in Iraq and Somalia. So if you were thinking, hey, I'd really like to go back downrange again. I'd really like to go somewhere where I can enable even mission continuity and stability for the government, as well as commercial organizations. So they do work across both sectors. They have healthcare, intel analysis, security, and medical tech roles, tackling some of the hardest actually projects that we have got going on right now. So if those roles sound like they are of interest, or if you would like to hear a little bit more about them, you can connect with us or drop a comment below, or take a look at our website, hiremilitary.us, and they are all there listed. Don't forget to join the talent pool if you don't find anything there today, but equally know that both on the SkillBridge internship side and as well on the permanent job side, we do change our roles on a regular basis. We are updating constantly. So if you see something that you are interested in, please do make an application sooner rather than later. Don't wait, because we generally tend to close roles within around a week. So they don't wait. They are often very popular. And as soon as we have really motivated, great candidates, we close them to submit our candidates across to our clients. But equally, we want to know if you are looking, interested, and if we can support you in your application. So make sure you do drop us a LinkedIn message as well. We will be back next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, for Hot Jobs with us here at Hire Military. We are finished for the day today. So thank you so much for joining us. It is always a pleasure to be here with you, to answer your questions, to know who's out there watching us. I know that there is a team of people from Veteran Service Brands in the audience today. So hi, guys. It's really nice to see you. Thank you to Krista, who works with Amber and I at Hire Military, who is always in the chats answering your comments in real time, because it's not easy answering those as we are talking, as we are reading your comments. So we really do appreciate her. And thank you to us Thank you to Amber, even. Look at me, for joining me today. I really appreciate it, Amber. It's always lovely to spend this 30 minutes with you. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of the weeks, and we shall see you again next Tuesday. Bye-bye.